I just got home from work, Nicole. Where are you and Maya at?
Right now we're out having dinner together.
So you guys went out to eat again today? Recently, I feel you both have been going out to eat a little bit too often.
Why does that concern you? The only reason we have to eat out so much anyway is because Maya has auditions to become a child star so often. And as her reward for doing all of that work at such a young age, we go out to eat.
Wait, you trying to get Maya to become a child star now?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to do. It's not that crazy for my girl to become a celebrity, is it?
I understand that Maya is a very cute little girl, but if she's going to be doing all kinds of auditions like that at a young age, then I wish I could have had a say in some things.
Why? It's not like you have any idea about the world of acting, Jesse.
Whether I know anything about it or not, I'm a little worried for her. I've heard a lot of bad stories about what happens to child stars and idols.
She was the one that wanted to do all of this. And so far, it seems like a lot of the agents are liking her. Are you not happy to hear that she's doing well?
I think that's amazing for her, but... Well, you remember all the warnings Maya got from her school recently, right? She doesn't behave herself in class, and she's always talking back to the teachers. I feel that before we start putting her through all those auditions, we should be trying to fix her behavior in school. And I'd also like to have a bit more time with my daughter as well.
Well, look, right now, I don't think Maya really cares about you that much, okay? I'm sure you can see that yourself, right? She doesn't care to listen to you about all your boring talk. Even this morning, she just ignored you when you tried asking about how she's been feeling. No kid cares about how they're feeling at this age. They just want to have fun and play games.
I'm sure that's the case, but I don't think that's a good enough reason to just let her focus on auditioning and not improving her behavior.
You have no idea what it's like to be a young girl, do you? She's in high school now, and at that time, no girl wants to listen to a thing their dad says.
I'm sure that's true, but...
That's why you need to keep all your feelings about this to yourself. Oh, by the way, I didn't make anything for you for dinner. Just go ahead and make something yourself. I'm sure there was some frozen dinners in the fridge for you still.
All right.
Also, can you take care of the laundry for us? Right now, all the hampers are completely full, and we can't put any more clothes into them.
I guess I can deal with that too. But recently, I feel you've been avoiding the chores quite a lot. I feel that during the day while I'm at work and Maya's at school, you could be handling all of that.
I happen to be busy myself. Also, are you expecting that I do all the chores myself?
That's not what I think. But I just feel that these days I've been the one doing most of the chores.
Just because you have to pick up the slack every so often doesn't mean you get to complain about it. I swear, there are days you act nothing like a man. We have been married for well over 15 years now, and yet you still don't seem to understand that the man has to work the hardest. You're a lost cause at times. I want you to get better, all right, and start supporting your family like a dad and husband should.
I've been doing my best, though. And when it comes to the work I'm having to do, there are some things I'd like to say.
I don't care about what you have going on at work, all right? I wouldn't be able to understand most of it anyway. Ah, dessert just came to the table, so see ya.
Okay. Be safe on your way home tonight. It's pretty dark out now, and if you want, you both can take the taxi home instead of a bus.
You don't have to give us permission to do that. We were planning on using a taxi anyway. Now make sure you get that laundry all taken care of before we get home.
Nicole, I'm thinking of making dinner for everyone tonight. Are you and Maya going to be around to eat any of it?
I'm sorry. Maya and I are headed out right now to go eat dinner.
Then I'll come along with you both as well. Where are you both planning on eating at?
Hey, no way. Why do you want to come?
Why do I want to come to dinner? Because for a while now, we haven't been able to eat a single dinner together. So...
Listen, Jesse, Are you going to read the frickin' air anytime soon?
What?
Maya does not want to eat anything with you. That's why we've been going out to eat so often these days. Or we'll have dinner before you're able to get home.
Is that what's going on?
You really are so thick-headed, Jesse. I think I know the reason why you haven't become any better at being a husband and dad.
You don't have to say things to me like that.
Maya just ended up failing one of her auditions, so at the moment she's under a lot of stress. And I am trying to get her to relieve all that stress. So would you please stop trying to get in our ways while I'm trying to help her feel better? Especially when just the other day you were asking her all about how school was going. You really can't read the air, can you?
I'm sorry? I'm trying my best to be supportive of Maya and what she wants to do. But at times, when I'm looking at her, she doesn't seem that interested in becoming a child star. She doesn't seem to have the drive that you're wanting to make it seem like she has. I feel as though if she wants to find out what she really wants to do in life, she should be going to school and studying with the rest of the kids.
Jesse, do you think that because you went to such a good school and everything that your daughter will want to turn out the same as you? A nerd?
That's not what I think. But I do feel that she should be focusing on studying a bit more.
You went to all those great schools, and yet all you are now is some simple businessman, right? And office worker, to be honest. You have no right talking about what she wants to do or not. There are plenty of people in this world that didn't bother taking school seriously, and right now they are working jobs that make 10 times the amount you make.
I know there are people like that in the world, and I get what you're trying to say. But that's not that common of a thing, and those people have a lot of strength and determination to make that kind of money. For those of us that lack that strength, it's best to keep going to school and learning what we want to do with ourselves.
Maya told me this as well. She does not give a crap what her dull father has to say about her. You should be aware of the position you're in and stay there. Please. She doesn't care about what you say, and neither do I. Because every word that comes out of your mouth is dull and depressing. Honestly, these days I've been having a hard time myself talking to you because you drive me up the wall.
How does me just simply conversing with you make you so upset?
Because you've become so annoying to both myself and Maya. Telling me that I'm slacking off from doing the chores. I'm going out to eat too much and leaving you home alone. And now you're trying to make it seem as though it's my fault Maya doesn't want to be around you?
I never said anything about it being your fault, and I wasn't trying to warn you about going out to eat or not doing the chores either. I've just noticed you not doing any chores now. And you take Maya out late at night a lot to go eat. I would just like for you to be around the house a bit more, dealing with some of the chores, and eating with me.
Well, if that's what you want from me, then perhaps you need to become a husband that deserves all of that from me first. As of right now, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Did I do something wrong to you? If there's something specific that you're upset about, please tell me right now. I would like for us to discuss my problems to you, and then come to a good conclusion.
It's obnoxious that you try and act like you have it all figured out and want to solve these problems. I'm sure you are right about all of that. I'm sure it is the right thing to sit down and talk about all the problems I have with you, but here's the thing. I don't love you anymore.
And to me, I think of you and Maya as the two most important things in the world.
And I'm trying to say that I don't care to hear that from you. Because you never make it seem like we're that important. That's why Maya hates you right now. If you would like for us to continue being a family, then stop talking to us and let us have our fun. We like you best when you shut up and just go to work. So go back to doing that, please. Jesse? Maya and I are leaving.
What? Leaving?
Let's get a divorce. I left some divorce paperwork on the table for you.
Wait a second. A divorce? Can you give us one chance to talk all this through in person?
I will not talk to you about this anymore. That's why the both of us are leaving now.
Nicole, if there's been something I've been doing wrong, I will apologize for it. That's why I would like for you to tell me what it is that you have not been happy about. Tell me exactly what's wrong.
I already told you before.
And I'd like to hear from Maya as well.
Right now, Maya totally approves of this divorce. She's been telling me she doesn't need some dull father like you anymore. That's how she feels.
And after the divorce, what are you guys going to do?
You're asking me that? Well, we're both going to live the life we want.
I don't really want to say this, but you've only ever been a housewife, right? And Maya's still in high school. So when she has to go to college, it'll cost a lot of money. Of course, I'll help pay for her to go to college, but what about paying for a place to live? And food?
Would you stop talking to me about all that when you barely make $2,000 a month? You don't have to worry about how I'll get my money. Right now, the both of us are about to have a much better life than we had with you. Which means I won't even need child support from you.
What are you talking about?
Well, Jesse, I'm going to get married to another man now.
What?
My boyfriend is a business owner.
Wait a second, Nicole! Boyfriend? What are you actually saying right now? Have you been cheating on me with someone else?
Don't call it cheating, please. Both he and I love one another is all. And because of you, I've been forced to fall into his arms.
So you're not even going to try to hide it from me?
That's right. And that's why I don't even need any of our property in this divorce. And if you want to get a settlement from me for this, go right ahead and take what you want.
Has Maya been aware of you cheating on me as well, with another man? And yet, is still totally fine with the divorce?
Of course. She's met with him plenty of times now already. And recently, we've all been going out to dinner together. The three of us. And Maya is really happy that she's going to have a father with loads of money soon.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then there's nothing left for me to tell you.
Then it's a divorce, right?
I'm going to talk with a lawyer about this, and have him make some official paperwork up for this divorce. And once everything is concluded, leave me alone, please. That's part of why I want the official paperwork made. Also, I'll need you to sign these papers for me, and then the divorce will be complete.
You really have to drag things on, even when everything should be over with? Well, whatever. This will finally be the chance I've been wanting to leave a dull and depressed husband like you. So sure, I'll wait for you to send me those papers. Jesse? Have you been ignoring all of the calls and texts from Maya? She's been telling me that you haven't been replying to her or anything. She is trying to get a hold of you because it's an emergency. Reply to her, please.
What do you want? Wasn't it you that asked me to never talk with either one of you again? We made that promise already. So I'm just doing as we promised.
Your daughter is telling you that she wants to meet with you. You should be more focused on seeing her than keeping that promise to me.
But you told me that no matter what, I was not to talk to you or her. That is what you told me in front of my lawyer when we both were signing those papers, right? And we both agreed that if the promise were to be broken, the one who went against the promise would owe the other party $10,000.
Well, we don't have to care about that right now. Please, that girl is in trouble right now.
Why is she in trouble? When we were getting the divorce, you told me every day was so much fun for you two.
Right now, things haven't been going very well between me and my boyfriend.
And?
And, are you not worried about us?
Not really. You told me that it was Maya's choice as well to go with you, and to leave me behind forever. Right? So I really don't care about either of you now. Shouldn't you be the one to handle her problems for her?
Right now, there are a lot of things going on between my boyfriend and I, though. Also, I want to care most about Maya and how she's doing. That's why I want to leave this guy and come home.
What? What do you mean by come home?
Come home to you! I'm totally okay with marrying you again as well. He and I haven't done anything legal yet, so I can make it happen. As long as you're able to work some more for us, I'll be willing to come live with you.
No freaking way, lol. I'm done living the life as your guy's ATM. It's been amazing living by myself now, and having all the things I wanted in luxury, lol. So that's why you can stop bothering me now, lol. Because every day of my life since the divorce has just been so relaxing and peaceful for me.
Huh? Luxury? Jesse, where are you living right now?
I'm not telling you that! I'd hate to have trespassers on my property. But I'll let you know that my yard is huge, and I have my own swimming pool as well. I even have to rely on some lawn care workers to take care of my property. And in order to keep myself company here, I got myself a massive dog, lol.
Why? How did you end up getting a house like that to live in?
That's because I left the company I was at and started my own. And right now I've been selling applications I've made as well as other programs. Due to that, I've been getting some pretty massive amounts of money from very large companies.
Huh? I never heard about you doing things like that.
I'm sure you didn't. This all happened after the divorce. So, was there a reason for me to be telling you? And it's been half a year now since the divorce, right?
But normally one would talk about things like that. Had you told us you had all of that money coming in, then Maya and I could have been asking for you to get things for us.
Why? Why would I ever give you guys anything when you specifically asked me to never talk to you guys again? Also, you guys happen to have a rich man yourselves now, right? Business owner?
But things haven't been going well between us.
Ha! You did say that. So, is he going to kick you both out of his place? Hence why you're trying to get in touch with me. You thought that since the man you cheated on me with is going to throw you out now, you could just wander back over to me and get remarried? Things haven't changed at all, have they? You're still messing with me like old times, lol.
Jesse, right now Maya and I are in big trouble. He's asking us to leave his house by the end of the month.
And I care?
If you don't do something to help us, then Maya won't be able to go to her high school anymore.
Oh no! And? You told me that school isn't that important anyways, right? There are people that never cared for schooling, and they're making 10 times the amount I am, right? So make sure she ends up like one of those people, and you'll be fine.
But at the very least, she should graduate from high school, right?
I see. Fine. As the last thing I'll ever do for Maya, I'll make sure she can finish high school by paying for her last year. But you are going to have to take care of the rest.
You're only going to pay for her to go to school? Then where is she going to live? And what about food? She needs money to be able to live as well, right?
It's either I pay for her last year at that private school, or I don't. You should be more than capable of managing money for things like housing and food yourself. You made that pretty clear to me when you divorced me.
And that's because I thought my boyfriend would take care of us.
This isn't about your boyfriend. It's about you. I'm saying you should be capable as an adult and a mother of taking care of yourself and your child. Or are you trying to tell me you don't want to give any effort and only rely on men for their money? Have you not been thinking about how to care for Maya in case there was no man in the equation for you anymore? Seems to me like you're just a parasite. Why don't you try sucking it up and actually living like a productive member of society for once?
Jesse, do you not care at all about the two of us?
No.
I understand that Maya and I weren't always that nice to you back then,
That's right.
but I had been your wife for 15 years and you had a daughter with me. We were happy back then as well, right?
And you were the one that destroyed all of that. So? Also, there's one person that I care just a tiny bit about, and that's Maya. As for you, I don't give a crap what happens to you. You could honestly die right now, and I wouldn't shed a tear.
But without me, Maya won't be able to live.
I'm not sure about that.
Huh?
Maya hasn't come back home to you, right?
That's right, but
I talked with her today. Just for a minute or two, though. And after that, I had to go to my parents' house.
why?
Because Maya didn't want to be with you anymore. She realized that by going with you in the divorce, she made a huge mistake. She was crying to me about how she wanted to take school seriously and live a normal life for someone her age.
She would never say something like that. She was so happy to have such a good life with me.
She was going on about how you would never do any of the chores, and when she got home, you forced her to do all of them? And from what she was telling me, the man you call your boyfriend happens to have plenty of other women that he sleeps with as well? As well as you and him always fighting every day when he got back home from work. She told me that too.
I wasn't fighting with him because I wanted to. She saw just how hard things have been for me with that guy. Why does she think she can just leave me like that? I have given her so many things. She's been using me for so many months now, and she thinks she can just leave?
To kids, they would much rather have love and care, rather than things. Well, she's not even a kid, is she? She's a teen, and understands the value of love even more now. Anyway, Maya's found what she wants to do with herself. She even went and apologized to me and my parents for everything she'd done. So would you please leave her and I alone now? If you start trying to force her to go back to you, then I'm going to call the police.
The police? Why would you do something like that to me?
Because you happen to be her mother, but Maya doesn't feel safe or happy around you anymore. And since I don't have custody of her, there's nothing I can do. So the only option left for her is to take this to court and plead that you are in fact not fit to be her mother.
Hey, Jesse. I know I've been talking too much and said too much to you. I should have never blamed you for everything and took Maya with me as we left you, so I apologize for that. But the only reason I wanted that divorce was for Maya's happiness.
For her happiness? Don't you mean your own happiness? You were the one that was manipulating her into believing she could never be happy with me as well, right? You told her that if she came crying to me wanting to stay, that you would force her onto the streets and leave her there. And I know now that this time you were trying to use her to come back to me. You wanted her to tell me that she wanted to be with me again. All so that I'd be happy and start giving you guys my money again.
You're wrong. That's not at all what I wanted. I realized that I needed a man like you back. The moment I started to live with this guy, I realized that he was nothing like you, Jesse. He wasn't kind to me. He didn't care about how I felt. But by the time I realized all of that, I had already asked for the divorce, so I couldn't say anything. I made a huge mistake.
Do you think I'm going to forgive you for something like that? I'm not the nice guy I was back when you were my wife anymore. So, I'm not going to listen to you. I can't even stand the sight of you trying to make up excuses like that anymore.
Jesse, I've come to learn that you really are the perfect man. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to realize that, so please forgive me. I promise from now on that I'll only think about you and Maya. Please please, let me become a perfect wife for you. I promise to show you just how much I've changed.
It's too late for that. No matter what you try and show me, it's too late.
I really regret everything, though. The only man I love now is you.
I don't think so, lol. I don't think you love me at all. Rather, you love the fact that you can start leeching off of me again, lol. Your previous host stopped giving you money, so now you're back to the one who you know will always have a steady supply for you, right? I love that you always put me down for being dull and depressing as your husband. But at least I can say I'm not a nasty parasite, lol. After that, I came back to the US for a bit. From my house overseas where I had started my new life. My daughter had hurt me a lot, and left me with plenty of scars. But she also apologized to me for all of it, which made me feel a lot better about her again. I understand that she was with her mother a lot more than me, so it was only natural that she'd start to think things like her mother as well. But now, she has made the choice to break away from her mother, and has told me she wants to work towards being a proper adult, just like me! She doesn't even know a thing about the money I'm making right now, and only came back to say that she was sorry to me, and that she didn't want any part of her mother anymore. And unlike the excuse for an apology that Nicole tried to use, I know that my daughter is real. And that she really regrets what she had done. Seeing a daughter like that has really shown myself that I do still care for her. And that's why from now on, I'll make sure to support her. Also, I've noticed that she's a lot more serious about her schooling. And because of that, I'll make sure she can go to her private school until she graduates. As long as she continues to show me how much effort she's putting in. My daughter even asked me about living back in the US with her again. But I said for her to stay with my parents, as I have a life of my own on the other side of the world. I would much rather be where I feel comfortable supporting my daughter than back in the town that's left me with so many bad memories. When it comes to my ex, she managed to make one appearance at my parents' house. But when my parents told her that Maya wasn't there, she had a small panic attack before leaving their yard and going away. Since then, she hasn't sent any messages to myself or Maya, and she hasn't gone back to my parents' house. So she must have found herself a new guy to latch onto now. Or perhaps she found herself a way to make money. But as long as she's not doing anything to harm my daughter, I really don't care what she does with her life. However, I really hope that whatever she's doing doesn't lead her back around me ever again. It's been a year now since then, and on my daughter's summer break, she comes over to see me. There's a little bit of distance between us, but not nearly as much as there was a year ago. And the atmosphere around us no longer feels cold. Also, Maya's grown up a lot since then, and I can tell she's a lot more relaxed and focused. It even appears as though she's becoming stronger than me in terms of going after new goals. So in order to not fall into second behind her, I'm going to challenge myself to some new things as well. I'm sure that things between her and I will never go back to the way they were years and years ago. But even if that can't happen, I will continue to support in anything she's wanting to do. And when she has problems, I enjoy having her come to me with them. It feels great being able to talk with her again, and be updated on the life she's going through. And in order to keep things going between us, I'll make sure I'm never that dull and boring father I was to her before the divorce. And I'm hoping she notices that. Thanks for watching and listening! We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.